Alright, give me 1 second to change the title, change the category and all that. Because I did have a Fallout London title already. Before I knew that I was going to be streaming for Creation Mod Con. Which, granted, it's not exactly the most original title, but it's fine. It's still a title, if anything. It's been both fun and hard thinking of new London-focused titles for each and every Fallout London stream. Alright, we should be set. We should be good to go. Oh. Yeah, so today was the first day of Creation Mod Con. We do have another day tomorrow. I don't know how much of it I will be streaming tomorrow, because a lot of the showcases that I wanted were today, and obviously, the Sky Oblivion showcase, fantastic. Really, really love what I saw. I love that it was much more uncut, that it was a much more just kind of like Q&A, chat, unedited gameplay segment. After that, my favorite one would have been Roscrea, because they did a little bit more like just showing you a quest in full. Tomorrow they do have the Skywind stream. Tomorrow they do have a couple more long-form presentations. I will need to check out Skywind, but I'll probably do that after the fact, because as it is tomorrow, we have a little bit of a hard limit on when stream has to end, because tomorrow we have Sarah's 10-year high school reunion.
Cheese for everyone! Wait, scratch that. Cheese for no one.
Draken, thank you for the hydrate, thank you for the posture check. I'm actually surprised, I'm getting a little hungry already. It's only 3 PM and I did eat before stream, so I don't know what's doing that. I might just break for a snack at some point, like I might just run downstairs and shovel some Oreos into my mouth, maybe a little bit later, we'll see. Sky King, how you doing, dude? Welcome on in. Yeah, I feel like some of my critiques of Creation Mod Con is more so from a technical perspective. I still say that the 2K 60 FPS broadcast was unnecessary, so for comparison's sake, Sky Oblivion was streamed at 1080p, 30 FPS. That's all it needed to be, and it looked great. The bitrate held up, it looked fantastic. That's all it has to be. You don't need 2K 60 FPS for the mod showcase, so something that I hope they take into consideration possibly for tomorrow, and if not, just for the future. Some of the presentations for Creation Mod Con, the 5-minute narrated segment of concept art doesn't do much for me personally. There's probably people who enjoyed it, but for me, I was just like, okay, I'd like to see the mod now, please. I didn't get my 10-year high school reunion because my 10th year was 2021, so people still weren't doing a lot of big public gathering group type things for, well, in general. So no 10-year reunion, and we kind of had a unofficial 5-year one, so I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. Was it as good for you as it was for me, George? No. And it's a thing of, you know, at the end of the day, Portal, I know it's mod authors putting on a show. It's not professional videographers, it's not professional presenters and whatnot, but some of the showcases were really strong, others not so much, but I feel like that's always how it goes. I feel like this is always how those things are going to go. Alright, let's hop on in though. Let's hop on in to Fallout London. Alright. I tried pausing the music and it didn't pause at first. I was like, oh, Calm down there. What are you doing? Okay, gotcha, little spirit wolf. Yeah, I don't know how that works then. I actually don't know. I never thought about it. If my college does any sort of like 10-year reunion sort of thing. I've gone to a couple alumni events for my college, but that's really it. Last one I went to would have been, I want to say 2019. They did like a booze cruise sort of thing out of like the Hudson River, where it's like, hey, you go on a ship and you drink and eat and just meet up with all these people you haven't seen in years. So in my case, you know, I went with the friends who I still talk to, that I still see, and that was it. Yeah, like I went and I ran into a couple people that I knew, and that was about it. I remember, God. There was this one person I had known in college who, she was always asking, like, oh, when are you and, my girlfriend at the time gonna get married? And I was like, so when she saw me at the booze cruise, she was like, oh, how is so-and-so, my now ex? And I went, I don't know. And I feel a lot better not knowing. And she was like, oh. Like, no, I feel great. Matrisk, it was always awkward because, you know, she would see the two of us, and she would say, when are you two getting married? It's like, don't put that on me. Don't do this to me. You don't do that to people unless you know that they're actually planning on getting married. Because otherwise you're going to get two different answers, and someone's not going to be happy with that answer. I'll be happy with my answer, but that's about it. I wouldn't say that I loved school, but I liked school enough. I remember high school, like, yeah, there were points in high school where it was starting to get a little bit, harder. Math became a little bit more of a challenge for me in high school. I had been fine with math up until then. But even still, I always did all my work and everything. Oh god. Ooh, boop, boop, boop. I think there's one behind me. Ooh, that's a miss. That's a miss. There we go. There we go. That's... Oh, yep. I heard that hit. I heard it. I felt it. Alright. Yeah, because we've explored a good chunk of this area of the map. I'm gonna try and get a little bit more of it in, but I'm also just probably gonna do a little bit of exploration today in general. I want to level up. I just want to keep leveling. I want to keep working on skills, perks, all of that. I mean, if you do nothing but sleep in class and do the bare minimum, then I wouldn't say I'm surprised that that warrants Fs. I get the school's not for everyone. I realize that it's not for everyone, but, you know, getting your high school diploma and everything does open up some avenues. Because college isn't going to be for everyone. College absolutely isn't going to be for everyone, and I think, if anything, one of the problems we've seen is that for so many years, they made that big push of telling everyone that you had to go to college. Like, that I think was a mistake. That I think really did some harm to some people, both financially and probably mentally as well. This is so crazy, because I didn't realize there were pig rats in Fallout London, because I had just fought pig rats in in Fallout 4 Vault 13. I didn't realize that they had them here too. Damn, alright. Yeah, I think we're moving on into like more of an irradiated area, so this might be a bad time for me. Listen, the weapons in Fallout London, I've been really happy with them. A lot of them I like more than base game Fallout 4 weapons. I was not a fan of some of the Fallout 4 weapons. I didn't like how the 10mm pistol looked. I missed, you know, the Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas's. I didn't like how the assault rifle looked. I didn't like that the combat rifle and combat shotgun were the same weapon model, frankly. I was just like, really? Come on. A lot of things like that in Fallout 4 where I was just like, eh. And the weapons are such a big part of it to me. Like, the weapons are such an important part of the experience for me. Ooh, God. That is a famished. Ooh, good shot. Oh, I thought that was gonna kill him. I was hoping it would. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Oh, shh. No, 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 no. Yeah, I see him, I see him. Okay, there we go. One kill at least. I just saw his body flop on over. It does remind me a lot of Morbin's Hunger. Yeah, it does. Oh God. Boop, 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 boop. Wow. Don't mind me missing. Fortunately, it did a little bit of damage there. Okay, okay, you stand back, you stand back. No super mutants, and super mutants are specifically a US thing. Wow. So no super mutants, no power armor, no vaults. You do have ghouls, but ghouls make sense since ghouls are more general, just kind of like, hey, yeah, you get irradiated enough and you become a ghoul. It's not really a specific, like, regional thing. But if anything, ghouls get treated a lot better because they're not the Thames folk. If anything, I really like that change of like, oh, I mean, you look gross, but at least you're not a fish man. Oh. Oh. London Inaccessible. That might be... Oh, it's probably gonna be... I think this is gonna be one of the factions. I have a feeling this is gonna be one of the late game factions. I don't know if I'd want to eat the fishermen. I don't know if I'd want to eat a Thames folk. Like, looking at them, I'm just kind of like... They don't look like they would be tasty. That's me when the trains are out. London Inaccessible. Because can I go up and around this way?
Hey, look at this. It's called Spotted Dick.
Who said that? Okay, okay, we got people right here.
Dick. It says here it's a traditional British dessert, believe it or not. Why it's called Spotted Dick is a mystery to me. Well, maybe it's because of them black things that spot the pudding.
Well, ain't that something? Guess spotted dick could mean anything, really.
Could mean you want to see a doctor.
Language evolves.
You wanna eat it?
Do I want to eat your spotted dick? No thanks. I'll hard pass.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay, how are you?
Afternoon. Huh?
Alright, and that's that. Yep, looks like an invisible wall, yeah. Yeah, because I wanted to go this way. It just seems like you're not really allowed to, so I would have to find another path to that. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'd have to kind of go down and around that way. So instead, let's just kind of walk from around Guy's Hospital, which I don't know if I went into. Well, FEV was US specific, and FEV is what led to the creation of super mutants, so obviously there's a chance that maybe someone smuggled some out, but I don't think super mutants would be common outside of the US, at least not in the way that we see them as like a major enemy type in the US and the Fallout games. I don't think I went into Guy's Hospital. This is actually Guy Fieri's next game show. It's like, hey, come to a hospital and make me the food. They replace the cafeteria workers in the hospital, and they have to see how the patients react to it. I feel like that'd be a much better experience, like, in terms of hospital food. Oh, okay. And we're gonna get murdered in here. We're gonna get absolutely murdered. Wait. Well, they're fighting each other. This is good, this is good. They didn't want to start fighting until I got here. They didn't want to start fighting each other until I came in.
Need backup over here.
No backup, you don't want any backup. You just keep fighting each other. I think one of the Margo bots is here though, and those things hurt. Those things like insta-murder me. They were programmed for pain, but not for love. Story of my life. Yeah, now they know I'm here, but it's like, oh no, I'm... Oh, okay, nope. I didn't realize there were gonna be ghouls down here. Oop, oop, oop. Yeah, we are going to try not to get murdered down here. The hospital is just an all-out war zone. So there are new robotic companies that are specific to like London. Like London has their own robot manufacturers. Or like their own tech companies. So the laser rifle I have is an Upton Burke laser rifle, which is one of the tech companies in London specifically.
Need backup over here.
Yeah, a little irradiated, it's fine. I
need covering fire.
have what's it called that I can use.
Should have just run.
I have plenty of Radaway that I can use. Okay, I didn't realize they were an offshoot. I knew they were just a, like a London tech company. I don't know why I took the rolling pin, if I'm being completely honest, but I took it. Go away, go away. Oh, I gotta reload. Oh, heal, 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 heal. Don't mind me, don't mind me. Okay, thank you for burning yourself to death. Thank you for that. That was a terrible grenade throw. That is my fault.
Shoulder wound.
It bounced the wrong way. God damn! I hope this means you killed all the robots. I really hope this means they kill all the robots. I'm just shooting through fire. I can't see anything right now. I am really liking the SMG. Because I said it's a burst fire, and I improved it as much as I can. And it's been really, really nice. Alright, I'm gonna eat some food. I'm going to eat some... I would say refresh just to check, because on my end, everything looks normal. There shouldn't be anything on my end causing any sort of audio delay. Sometimes you just need a refresh stream, sometimes it's literally just a matter of that.
Feel that? It's called fear.
Cause is anyone else getting it? Like, is anyone else watching getting an issue? Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes now you just gotta refresh stream. Which, if anything, I'd rather it just be a refresh the stream to fix it. If it was something on my end, that's when it'd be a lot worse. That's when I'd be a lot more annoyed.
I got all day.
Yeah, sometimes it just desyncs. I know it happens a lot more if you've been watching for like a few hours. Like, there's a much more likely chance for it to happen then. Only in death would I be able to do a split. Only in death would I suddenly be flexible. I mean, as good as it's gonna get watching me, yeah.
No!
I get it, I know it. I'm aware of this situation here, Bella. Oh, this is Guy Fieri's hospital. Ooh, 10 points cryo damage. It's actually just called Guy's Hospital.
Don't quit, dude.
But I like to think that Guy Fieri could be involved. I like to think that Guy Fieri was responsible for this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop it. I mean, it's a crude weapon. So, not one that I really care about. I think this might be the first hospital I've gone into. Bella, how's your Saturday been, though? How is your weekend going so far, aside from just busy and painful? Lou? I am level 20. I have endeavored, I've decided not to, try Scylla again, the Empress quest again. Because I saw people who were, like, level 31 still struggling with it, and I was like, nope, not for me then. Nope. Gonna be a long way off for me then. I don't know if I've ever lived anywhere that had wallpaper. I think I've only ever lived in places that the walls were painted. Yeah, I think only paint. My parents just weren't wallpaper people. Even on level 39, oh. God. Listen, they give you the quest so early on. So I assumed, you know, you could do it whenever, but it seems like it might have been meant as a more like late game quest, end game quest. Some dummy. I would have blamed the hubster, but it's very big of you to admit, to take the blame, you know? I wouldn't. I'd somehow pass the blame even when it's fully my fault. Well, I was gonna make a joke, but I feel like it would have been a little too much. I would have felt bad if I had made it, so I won't. I gotta make some more food when we get out of here. Sean, how you doing today? I mean, Bella, some people would take it worse than others, is the way that I'll put it. Some people would take this joke worse than others. I don't think you would necessarily be all that offended. I don't think you'd be offended. But you gotta know your audience for certain jokes. Listen, I've said it before, but I'm always glad that the mods don't often have to really be on it here. I guess would be the best way to put it. I'm really glad that the mods don't have to sit here and constantly worry about modding. I'm glad that they can just kind of like hang out, chill, chat, and that they're not just constantly worrying about like this timeout, this ban, that ban. And I continue to say I think it's just representative of the type of community that we've built. A certain point where they tell you to kill a certain creature? I don't believe so. Listen, Bella offered to be a mod specifically for Starfield streams because I was worried. I was worried that Starfield streams were going to be a mess in chat. I was worried that we were just going to get a lot of like trolls and issues in chat. And I was glad that I was wrong. I was very pleasantly surprised. Yeah, I know a couple spoilers for London in general, but not a ton necessarily, so I appreciate that. I won't say the spoilers themselves. I know one of the twists in regards to, like, the main story. I really liked Warden of the Coast. Warden of the Coast, the best way I can describe it is that it's a Skyrim mod that doesn't feel strictly like Skyrim, and it works. It's a Skyrim mod that is trying to emulate some of the things that I love about BioWare games, of like old school BioWare RPGs. Excuse me. And in the case of Warden of the Coast, I think they did a really good job with that too. Like, Warden of the Coast really reminded me of, like, Knights of the Old Republic and Dragon Age Origins, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It being different was what made me enjoy it. Major Mass Effect vibes also see that, also get that, yeah. It felt very classic to me. Even though it was a new mod, it felt very classic and it was very endearing for that reason. Listen, I always think about Llama as a mod. Llama got modded back during the Enderal streams, which would have been 2019. Llama's been a mod for over 5 years now, which it feels longer than that, and I mean that as a compliment. I don't mean that as a bad thing. In my mind, Llama has always been a mod. Oh god, oh, they're gonna tase me! He's strong, he's strong, he's strong. Oh god, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. I do like the screams. I'm very alarmed because you're gonna tase me. Right, Llama's been a mod since before you were born. It feels like that. Like, once again, in my mind, it feels like Llama's just has always been a part of the streams, or has always been a mod, even though I know that's not the case. We always make the joke that Llama is a global Twitch mod just because of the fact that he's modded on so many channels. One thing that I did really love about Fallout 4 was the variations of Protectrons. Oh god, I just see him up there. Driven shrubs. Tissue? No. I have always said I'm not good at the hacking minigame. I know you can be good at it, that just sounds like a lot of work, frankly. Driven... Course. There we go. Water leak in our building, we need a solution quick. Calm down, I may have an idea. Last week I had a major water leak in my bathroom at home. You wouldn't believe it, but I actually mixed cork with some Prilladog. Yes, it worked before you ask. It might just smell like Prilladog for a few days, but totally worth it. If it works, it works. I guess we really don't have any other option. Time to fill the walls with dog food. Do you not, you know, use dog food instead of plaster of Paris?
Please take cover until the...
Yeah, I'm gonna go for his arm. That's one. Yeah, I'm taking your advice about it. Oh, now I'm just trying to hit his arm. There we go. Oh god. Oh, yep. And now he's mad. You stand back. You stand back. There we go. Well, Poor Wolf, it's a good thing we're giving it to the dogs and not to us. That's why I eat my own food. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Yeah, I gotta make more food. Ooh, sorry, I just got very excited because I saw Wonder Glue. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well today. Hope your weekend's treating you well. I gotta heal, like, right this second. Oh. Yeah, we are a little surrounded. In Bethesda's defense, they didn't make you eat dog food in London. However, they really make you eat dog food in Fallout 76. Like, wow, they really want you to eat dog food in 76. I'm trying to think. No, because there's no dogs in Starfield. All the dogs are dead. It's very upsetting. No domesticated pets survived. They just let them all die. They just left them all on Earth. Imagine if they had still made dog food after that. Imagine they kept on making dog food, but only for people to eat. I was excited. You said dog food. I'm like, oh, is that gonna be the dog mod for Starfield? Dogfield? I'll play it. I'll do it.
Violence will not be tolerated.
But I remember learning, you know, that there was no dogs in Starfield because you find the Chocolate Lab cereal. And the lore for it, the thing for it just says like, oh, based off of a now extinct species. I was like, that's upsetting. That's depressing. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing good. All follows are anonymous. That way you can just follow, lurk, not have to worry about your name being read out loud if you don't want that. I don't want that. I'm very weird about that. I really don't like following and having my name read out loud. I don't know why. But Misho, how's your weekend so far? I see you. I see you.
Do not be alarmed. Law and order will be restored shortly.
I'm mainly just worried about him, like, rushing me and killing me, so I'm just gonna kill him normally. I'm doing alright. I'm doing pretty good. I feel like I always answer alright, and alright is fine, but alright's not good, but I'm good. It's always my natural instinct to just say alright and go from there. Guy's Hospital Chaos. That's the name of Guy Fieri's new game, I'm telling you. Oh, that's right, because you do have the European Civil War going on, before the Great War. Unfortunately, I'm close to over-encumbered right now, so there's only so much that I can pick up. There's only so much that I can take. I need to... It's gonna be annoying as all hell. I have to literally just go to a workshop, drop all my junk on the ground, dismantle it, and then, you know, that'll help with my carry weight a little bit. I've been so spoiled by Fallout 76 just letting you scrap all of your junk for its base materials. Like, I've been so absolutely spoiled by that, and I keep forgetting that Fallout 4 didn't have that feature, because it was such a good goddamn decision when they added that in 76, and I miss it. Oh god. I'm fine with it. Ula, the only one that I don't really love myself is, I think it's, once again, it's a cultural thing, but I'm not a big fan of the C word. But in America, it's not really a common curse word. But I know outside of America, it is. Yeah, once again, in Fallout 4, without getting a separate mod for it, you can't just scrap junk at a workbench. I wish you could. You can only do it at settlements. You have to drop it on the ground and then scrap it from there. I also wasn't able to use the workbenches earlier because I was in combat, so now I can go back and use the chem station or the weapon station that I saw in the beginning, but while you're still going through, you can't really use it very much at all. And I'll take all of that. Dirty water. Actually, I need dirty water for one of the things I wanted to craft. Yeah, Portable, I'll agree with you about that. America does have its weird hang-ups about sex, nudity, and so on. That I would agree with. That I'm with you on. But just thinking of how I want to get out of here as I just walk in circles. I am firmly team red grape. Yep, I was afraid of that. Firmly red grapes over green grapes. Ooh, still over encumbered. It's literally just my junk that's weighing me down. Don't you guys hate that when your junk's weighing you down? I know I do. I should also say, I'm not a big fruit person. I like fruit, but I'm never really just in the mood to sit down and eat fruit. Like, I don't often go out of my way to buy fruit, because I'd be the only person eating it anyway. And fruit, if you're not eating it, like, very quickly, if you're not eating it, like, in the first couple days after you get it, then it's kind of just a waste, and it's not good. Smoothies is actually a good idea. My parents will do, smoothies. My parents often do that. That's actually their breakfast, because they don't really eat breakfast. They're not breakfast or lunch people. So now I'm not really much of a breakfast or lunch person just because, you know, my parents weren't. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember where some of those crafting stations were. Here we go. Molotov, adhesive cloth, oil. Stimpack. That's what I wanted. That's what I needed. Boom. Okay. And bag of fertilizer. Actually, I do want that. I can afford to carry it. I can. I think they did a good job at crafting in the game. I very much agree. I think that crafting is one of the things they balanced well in the game. Settlements, I kind of wish it had been balanced a little differently. Mainly just the crafting stations, mainly just kind of like how... And I get it's a base game thing. It's a base game thing of you need local leader, rank 2 to build the crafting stations, but there's not enough of certain crafting stations out in the world. So it just, there's this weird kind of like disconnect there for me at least. Like one of the only armor crafting stations I know of is, it's in Thameshaven, but it's in an area where enemies will sometimes just randomly spawn and respawn. I'm like, oh, well. Little bit of a pain. I said it before, if I want to craft crafting stations, it's going to take me 3 full level ups to get there, because I need Charisma 6, and then the 2 ranks of local leader. Portal, I feel like if I was like a world leader or a monarch or something, I feel like I would just eat so well. I'd be living my best life, I feel. So here's the thing, my parents don't eat breakfast, but my parents do like breakfast for dinner. I don't think they like the idea of eating breakfast at breakfast time. Which I guess I can kind of get. Because I'm not a big morning meal person. Yeah, breakfast for dinner I'll do. That's the thing, I ate before... I ate early today. And I was really surprising because I'm just not a big morning person, food-wise. I'll have my coffee and it's like, that's it. That's all I needed. Yeah, this is, gonna be interesting. Let's start with all of that for right now. And... yeah, we're just gonna sit here and do this real quick. Which some of these I actually don't want to break down, because some of these I do want kind of as is, but most of these I just kind of want for their base materials. So the empty blood pack, I actually want to keep those completely as is. We're gonna be here for a while. Riveting gameplay, isn't it? Which I realize is like you're breaking down fiberglass for fiberglass, but, well, that's just how it is. I didn't mean to take that, sorry. Technically, the first meal you have of the day is breakfast, so when you don't eat anything till 6 p.m. except for water, then that dinner is technically your breakfast. Well, then coffee... I mean, coffee is my breakfast most days. Because usually I'll just have, you know, my coffee for the morning, and I'm like, alright, that's good, and that's what gets me through the day. Yeah, I believe there are some mods that do implement their own sort of breakdown system, like their own scrap system, but I realize that to do that, they would have to get permission from whoever made those mods in order to do so, in order to include them, which I get is not always the easiest thing to get someone to agree. Yes, you can bundle, you know, you can bundle my mod with yours, and then you get the downloads and all that, and I don't. Not that I necessarily needed more aluminum, but... Empty blood packs I want to keep as is. Yeah, look at how much this has, like, brought down my carry weight now. And we're not even done. It makes such a world of difference. I can carry all my junk, I can carry all these crafting materials, but breaking it down into its base components, huge. Like I said, I'm mainly just trying to make sure that I'm pulled down to the base materials. Like, I don't need to drop a spring, because it just makes spring. Steel just makes steel. I mean, I guess this could be taking longer. This could be worse. I always love the circle that it forms around you. Like, you're just spinning around and dropping everything. And it threw me off because some of them don't glow, some of them don't have the white highlight around them. I was like, oh god, is it not working? But it's fine. And fortunately, I haven't, like, lagged my game up by dropping 800 things on the ground at a time either. After this will be good, though. After this will be good to go. I just will need to remember to do this every once in a while to break down stuff to help with my carry weight. Because I was quite often close to being over-encumbered. I mean, it would also be one thing if I just sat here in silence doing this, but as long as you're still talking, it's like, alright, well, we're fine. If I just sat here and stared into the webcam just going, ugh, while dismantling, then I feel like that would just be Honestly, at that point, I would rather watch paint dry. There are some streams out there that are that boring that I would rather watch paint dry. My goal is to not be that bad at any point. I have a couple things that I'm gonna try to craft, but I can't even do the crafting here. Because I don't have local leader yet, so. Kind of a moot point. Yeah, but carry weight wise, I went from being, you know, at like 360 or so down to 192, and that's just from breaking stuff down into, you know, its base components, so. Big difference there. And I could technically break those last few things down as well, but we're fine. It's not even the same thing, but the only thing I can think of in Portawolf is, Bob Ross. But he's not just sitting and watching paint dry, he's teaching you how to paint. Streams I find boring are with no microphone. Yeah, it's the thing of, I'm watching streams for the interaction. If there's no microphone, then why am I here? You don't need...
Isn't it neat?
For me, you don't need a webcam. A webcam's not a requirement. A webcam I will still enjoy. Oh yeah, because I have to... Sorry, I just realized I gotta take the scrap from the settlement. Sorry, it's been a while. That's why my carry weight's so low. Sorry, I'm being dumb. Once again, I played so much more 76 than Fallout 4 these past few years. Effortless, it says that on my business cards. Better than watching paint dry. Which I'm actually fairly low on business cards. I don't have all that many left. Yeah, I need to see what my carry weight is actually after I pick all those up. This... oh god. This is all the business cards I have left at this point. And I'm not actually going to order more because everyone I've talked to, they say that you're better off making a sticker that has a QR code on it. Either that or a business card that has a QR code on it to share, because more often than not, people, you know, lose business cards, they drop them, they forget about them. Whereas a QR code, you're making someone, like, you know, load your channel, load your socials immediately. I was like, that makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. Local leader is one of the perks, and you need local leader rank 2 in order to craft any of the crafting stations at a settlement, which means you have to invest quite a bit in order to be able to do so. So I'm gonna take all, and I actually just have to put a couple things back, but even still, that does still bring my carry weight down quite a bit from what it was before. So right now, if I was to open up my workshop and I was to try and create any of the crafting stations, I'm just not able to. I went past it. Sorry, give me a sec. Yeah, so, ammo crafting workbench, armor workbench, chemistry station, all of them require local leader rank 2. The cigarette roller, it says... The cigarette roller isn't giving me any requirements to craft it, but I still can't. Yeah, cooking station rank 2, cooking station rank 2. You can make a cooking stove, and that's about it. But once again, it just... Oh, you can also make the Nuka-Cola mixing station, but it just limits your ability to do much with the settlements until you have invested those perks into it. I've been doing good. I've been doing pretty well. Stream's been a lot of fun. I've been playing a ton of Fallout London. It's been kind of just my new obsession as of late. I'm excited because this year's looking pretty good for games in general. I'm going to be playing Star Wars Outlaws when it comes out at the end of the month. I'm going to be playing Dragon Age the Veilguard when it comes out at the end of October. Those are going to kind of be the two big new releases that I'll be focused on this year. I would like to play Assassin's Creed Shadows at some point, but I might just wait a little bit. I don't know if there's going to be too much that I want to...
The surface world gets louder and louder
craft
each day.
for my weapons right now, because I'm pretty happy with where most of my weapons are. I don't actually like a sight for Ferryman's Friend. I don't like a sight for a lot of the pistols, weirdly enough. Powerful... Yeah, need rank 3 on Gun Nut for more. That Gun Nut rank 3 I can't get until I'm level 25.
Dwellers kill each other.
So I'm not
We'll be
worried about
safe here.
that just yet. Okay, here we go. Because I'm on... Oh god, what am I on? Just the standard capacitor, boosted. Increases damage, reduced ammo capacity. Gamma Wave, burning damage, better range, and ammo capacity. Gamma Wave is tempting. Because I only have Science
Hopefully
rank
the ferryman will
1.
get a smitten lurk egg soon.
Critical shot damage,
They're
accuracy, and
delicious.
ammo. Critical shot and accuracy. Standard issue and standard, yeah. I'm... Reduced ammo. Honestly, I feel like reduced ammo's fine. I'll do
Nothing like a
that.
swim in our Thames to make you feel alive.
I don't want to feel alive by your standards, I'm sorry. Yeah. And the submachine gun, I already did a bit with it, so I don't think there's anything more I want to do. Standard stock. I did want to do, that. I need more screws.
They call us Sea Devils, warriors of the deep, monsters.
The team that's making Odyssey the Dragonborn, they're still just working away, they're still just plugging away. They recently updated Legacy of the Dragonborn, in preparation for that, but, there hasn't been any news recently. Tom, dare I ask, because I might get an answer, how are you? A little worried that you might actually
smell
answer
much
me,
when you-
but how are
Going
you,
okay.
Tom?
So your kind does.
Let me see, because 9mm I'm fine. That's 32 ammo. Oh no, 32 ammo I'm fine. It's a 9mm that I need more of, 303 that I need more of. Okay. I'm doing good today, Tom. I'm doing alright today. We watched Creation Mod Con a little bit earlier, and I had a fun time with some of it. I'm gonna make some 9mm, and then I'll do 303 for the rest. Sky Oblivion
Haven,
continues to really impress me.
you
Sky
are my
Oblivion did
pride and-
an extended gameplay session, and it looks fantastic. It's really coming along well. And right now, of the mods that we saw today, that was really the only one that has a release period. Sky Oblivion is the only one of the projects today that does have a release period. I need you to move. There you go. Thank you. I could have used TCL, I just didn't want to.
One day, I'll take my family to see.
Because Sky Oblivion is targeting a 2025 release. Right now, nothing else has any sort of release time frame at all of the things that they showed off on Creation ModCon, which I will say I'm a big proponent of. Don't tell me a release period until you really know for sure that you're gonna meet it. Complete the circuit. How you doing today? Welcome on in. Good to see you again. Tomorrow's creation mod con should be interesting because they do have an hour-long session with Skywind, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how that's coming along. But yeah, not every mod is included in Creation Mod Con, so Odyssey of the Dragonborn wasn't there, Lordbound wasn't there. It's an event that's made primarily by the Beyond Skyrim teams as well as the Skywind and Skyblivion teams. So not everyone is a part of it, not everyone is involved in it. But I know Lordbound is targeting March 2025, so I'm really looking forward to that. I hope they don't release right around the wedding. Like, I really, really, really hope they're not gonna be like, hey, and by the way, today on March 22nd, the mod is out, because I will cry. Maybe not cry, but I'll be sad. Yeah, Tom, your wedding is on March 22nd. Did no one tell you? Uh-oh. Yeah, I got the save the date. It's the Mux and Tom wedding. Who knows, maybe Mux doesn't know either. Fancy nickname, have a good one. Thank you for hanging out. I got scared, I almost shot. No, there's just a cat. Oh. You hang out there. You just hang out. Yeah, I'll have to go and I'll just need to break stuff down every once in a while. I believe, I could be wrong, I believe Extended Cut also said they're targeting a 2025 release. I would have to double check, but for some reason I thought they had said that. ...2025 in general, though, is looking to be a good year for mods, though. Alright, we're not going that way. Yeah, I love Legacy of the Dragonborn. It's practically its own game at that point, because whenever I play with Legacy of the Dragonborn, so much of that playthrough revolves around getting all this stuff for the museum. Which, depending on what you want to get out of that playthrough, that could be a good thing. Benvir, how you doing? Happy Saturday. Misho, for all I know, I could be lying. For all I know, I could have just made that up, but I'm pretty sure they had said 2025. I want to say that I'm not completely bullshitting you. I don't actually know if there's an entrance to the London Bridge station. Yeah, if there is, it'll be on the other side, but there might not be. Because not everything has an entrance. It could also just be that it might be something that's accessible later on. We were talking about Odyssey of the Dragonborn, we were talking about Skyrim Extended Cut, just about mods in general, yeah. Odyssey of the Dragonborn, I'm really looking forward to myself. And I've talked to the team behind it before, too. And they're really good. They're really great to talk to and interact with. I actually did a little bit of a preview video a couple of years ago, and I know that it's already, you know, changed so much since then. And they've even said, they've gone on record and they've said that Act 1 of Odyssey is taking the longest because it also sets up a lot of the foundational stuff that they need for the subsequent acts, so it shouldn't be as long waiting for Act 2, Act 3, because Odyssey of the Dragonborn is going to be 8 acts in total, released one at a time. Tom, I have mainly just been exploring. I've mainly just been going around exploring all that stuff. I'm level 20. I need to level a couple times for the sake of crafting, actually. So Sean, I'm someone that I really wasn't overly confident by the very first trailer that they put out, like the Meet the Team trailer. That didn't inspire a lot of confidence in me. The gameplay that they released immediately after that, I was like, oh, that looks good. And the release date trailer they put out the other day, I was like, alright, this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to see. What I will say is, if you are looking to see some streams, get some ideas and some opinions, I will be streaming Veilguard in full when it launches, so if you're willing to trust my opinions at all, I'll be here. And granted, I'm someone that I continue to say that Origins is my favorite of the Dragon Age games. It really, really is. But I still like quite a bit of what they did with the subsequent games. I liked the combat of 2. I liked certain parts of Inquisition. Inquisition, for me, was just... it was too big. And a lot of the side stuff, unfortunately, just wasn't rewarding. The fact that they're cutting back and they're not doing as many big, massive open areas for Veilguard, to me, that addresses one of the critiques that I have about Inquisition. Because the way that I would put it is that I really enjoyed Inquisition's story, but when I try to do like all the side stuff, that's when it burns me out. Trying to do like some of the side stuff and that, it's like, this is just a slog, but just the main game itself is really good, I thought. I did like her new look. I think it makes sense, just in case someone here hasn't played Inquisition yet. Knowing some of what happens with her in Inquisition, the headpiece, specifically, that she's wearing, if you know whose headpiece that is, thematically, I think it makes sense. I've already said that I firmly anticipate that I am going to romance Scout Harding, but I will be very happy if I'm surprised and decide to romance someone else, but right now I'm fairly certain I'm going to romance Scout Harding. Oh, you're not a friend, I'm sorry. No one's ever a friend. I heard you. No spook, I'm sorry. How was your nap? Okay, just okay? Weird dreams? Any you can say on stream or no? Okay. In the dream?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You getting up? Okay. Oh, what did you want to do tonight? I didn't know. That's why I was asking. I didn't know if you wanted to do anything. Think about it. Best part, easily. Because it was just Kyle and Heavy Burns just chatting and playing it for an hour. So they went into like multiple dungeons, they showed off different quests, they took questions from chat. Really good. My hands are so cold. Oh, well, your hands feel warm. Oh, you can leave the door open. I realize it doesn't make any difference if I close the door versus keep it open when you're sleeping, but I just do it. The one thing that I am wondering slash concerned about is that there's the rumors, and they're rumors, so it could be very unsubstantiated, but the rumors that you won't be able to control party members in Veilguard. If that's the case, I will be upset. Not enough that I wouldn't play the game, not enough that I wouldn't buy the game, but for me, that's one of the big kind of like distinctions between Dragon Age and Mass Effect, and I love both franchises. But I like being able to swap between characters in Dragon Age. The same way that you would in Knights of the Old Republic and stuff like that. There are some things that I am really looking forward to. One thing they discussed is how... Oh, what is it? I'm trying to remember it, but there's a parry system that they included, and mages, you know, their parry system is kind of like throwing up a shield to reflect incoming spells. Warriors use their actual shield, and then rogues have like the widest margin for that parry time. So that to me sounds really cool. That sounds like a really cool system right there. That I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna do an Iron Glow sight. Yeah. No, I'm actually gonna save that for later. Better aim with scopes. I'm not using a scope, so I did like that. I liked the interactive component of the environment in Inquisition. Listen, I continue to say, but both Dragon Age Inquisition and Mass Effect Andromeda were made using the Frostbite engine, the engine that was made specifically for Battlefield. I continue to say that they did a much better time adapting that for Dragon Age than they did for Mass Effect. And keep in mind that it sucks for making RPGs with Frostbite in general, because out of the box, Frostbite doesn't have support for dialogue menus or quest stages or inventory menus and all of that. So the fact is that BioWare had to do a lot of work to be able to make an RPG at all. I just continue to think that as an end product that Dragon Age Inquisition did a much better job working with the limitations of that engine than Mass Effect Andromeda did. But I realized it was an uphill battle. I realized that it was not ideal. Yes, my torch is still on. I usually leave it on because, why not? I feel like it actually doesn't make all that much of a difference, I find, but I am a big proponent of trying to make sure that things are lit, because on both Twitch and YouTube, the way that the video compressor works is that it makes things a little darker, so I'll usually try to light things a little bit more when I can, just to be safe. Third-person shooter versus first-person shooter, though. Little Spearwolf, there's a big distinction there, where Frostbite was made for first-person, whereas Mass Effect is a solely third-person experience. Mind you, I would legitimately play a first-person Mass Effect game if it was a spin-off. Not a main series Mass Effect game, but if they at some point decided to make a spin-off Mass Effect as like a Star Wars Battlefront style game, I would play the shit out of that. I unfortunately don't know, in the case of the Steam version of Andromeda, I only ever had it on the EA Origins launcher, so I unfortunately don't have any familiarity with the Steam version, because the Steam version only launched a couple of years ago when they finally started bringing, you know, all the EA games over to Steam again at long last, which I'm excited because Dragon Age the Veilguard is going to be a native Steam version, meaning that if you buy it on Steam, you won't need to launch it through the EA app. To me, that's great. To me, that's huge. Because the last thing I want is to buy something on one launcher, just have to launch it through a second launcher every time. It's like, why did I bother with this? If I wanted it on the EA app, I would have bought it on the EA app. If I buy it on Steam, it means I want it on Steam. And it's not just EA that does that, there's a lot of studios that do that. Ubisoft does that, and it's one thing that well, in the case of Ubisoft, I just flat out buy it on Uplay, or nowadays I just buy it on console, because Ubisoft does not have a great track record with PC optimization. They really don't. Looking at the Dragon Age specs, I might actually get that on console as well. I played Dragon Age Origins and 2 on the 360, and I loved it there. For me, that worked as a controller game. So I'm actually leaning towards getting Veilguard potentially on console. Although seeing the system specs, seeing the system requirements for Veilguard, it looks fairly similar specs-wise to Baldur's Gate 3. So if you can run Baldur's Gate 3, you should be able to run Veilguard at around the same level, assuming optimization and everything, but I should be safe with Veilguard no matter where I get it. I like to. I really like to. Not everyone does, but I do. God damn it. 2 is... 2 is a smaller scale game, but I still really liked it myself. One thing to keep in mind for Dragon Age 2 is that they made Dragon Age 2 in the span of 18 months. This was in 2011, when even then, anything less than 2 years was considered kind of like a rushed development. So the fact that they made it in a year and a half was already pretty crazy even back then. It's a smaller scale game. It's not the same level of an RPG as Origins, but I really liked it still. I really enjoyed it. And if anything, I liked the idea that, you know, Dragon Age Origins was about the Blight, and I loved that. But I loved that 2 was showing us that Dragon Age isn't just about the Blight. It's not just about the Darkspawn. It's about all these different stories, all these different conflicts, and I love it for that reason. Alright, good luck is 7. That's exactly what I wanted, yeah. Two does have its downsides, though. 2 is a little bit more repetitive in terms of dungeons, once again, because shorter dev time, but I love it, and if anything, I loved that it was a smaller scale story. I loved that it was a more personal story. Won't go into more details than that, but it's a much more personal story about your friends and your family than Origins was, and it was a really nice direction for the franchise after the world-ending story of Dragon Age Origins, you know? Dark and good morning. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, dungeons are reused a lot. Tile sets for that are reused a lot. It wasn't the worst thing ever. It wasn't the best thing ever, but I still recommend playing through 2 because I personally really enjoyed it. Here's the thing. I think Dragon Age 2 might have won more awards if it hadn't come out in 2011. 2011 was a really rough year to try and compete for awards for because of a little game that came out in 2011 called Skyrim. And that wasn't even the only game to come out that year. That wasn't the only big game to come out that year, but yeah. It's the same way that I think that Avowed delaying till next year was smart. If Avowed had released this year, they would have been directly competing with Dragon Age Veilguard for, you know, RPG of the year, for Fantasy RPG. Now, Avowed will have to compete against... Ooh, wait a second. Avowed is gonna have to compete with Kingdom Come Deliverance, and if it doesn't get delayed, they're gonna have to compete with Fable. Ooh. Meanwhile, Microsoft is the publisher, so they're laughing all the way to the bank. Meanwhile, because Microsoft is publishing both Avowed and Fable, so whoever loses, they win. Unless they then push Fable to not have them compete, but I really hope they don't beat... I hope they don't push Fable, because I want Fable. Like, really goddamn badly. I hope no game beats Fable. I want Fable to be the game of the year next year. I really want it to. Merpala, on that note, on the New Vegas note, did you see that, Fallout London may be getting an additional ending? So I guess, originally, the Fallout London team wanted a Yes Man style ending where you could kind of just, like, do your own ending of sorts. Didn't make it into the release. Apparently, they are looking into adding that back in. Might take some time, but would be really interesting to see. And I would still want to play through with one of the original endings as they have it in the mod, but I'm fine with coming back to Fallout London later on. I'm fine with coming back and doing like an additional playthrough or just playing through the new ending. I have my critiques of Microsoft as a publisher. I'm still looking forward to Fable, what I've seen of it. And granted, we haven't seen all that much, but it looks gorgeous. Not that Fable was ever a game where I'd be like, oh, this is about the graphics, but it looks really, really good. An additional ending, you say? You know, I'm reading things, I see some things online. I've heard some whispers here and there. It's the thing of, I'm at a point where it's not that I don't trust the publisher, it'll be that I maybe am a little bit more concerned about specific devs under a publisher. So for instance, I don't distrust Microsoft, I distrust 343 Studios. The team that made Halo. Or that is making Halo, has been making Halo since Halo 4, because they... they've really fumbled with Halo, which is very sad for me as a longtime Halo fan. But that's not necessarily a reflection of Microsoft's ability to publish games. It's more so just like, alright, this one studio might have mismanaged this. That's the thing, depending on where you are in the story, I can't talk details myself because I don't know, but depending on where you are in the story, you might be able to play on an existing save, or depending on where you are, maybe you can't to play it on an existing save. Maybe you need to play specifically on a new save. It's really hard to say without knowing more from the team themselves. But I had seen a couple mentions that I think they mentioned it in one of the interviews. Yeah, like I said, my distrust issues have less to do with, like, the publishers specifically, more so, like, individual studios under them, because a publisher might not be representative of, you know, what every single studio under them is doing. Well, he is friend. I will leave him be. As long as he's not murdering me. For anyone who's unaware, I'm actually wearing the hoodie for it right now. I can show off the crest. I am part of Corsair's ambassador team, which means that if you ever buy anything from Corsair using my link, I do get a, I get a commission, I do get a percentage of that sale. You're not charged anything extra. Corsair just pays me out of their own pocket for that. I love this hoodie. It's one of my regular hoodies now. It's my go-to hoodie. I'm sorry, because it actually replaced the ESO Stream Team hoodie as my go-to hoodie. Don't tell them that, though. Don't tell them. Or do tell them, and maybe I'll get a nicer hoodie out of it. But most of my setup now is Corsair. Almost everything in my setup that can be Corsair is Corsair. So for instance, I'm just gonna swap over to this real quick. My case, the wooden panels for the case here, I'm actually gonna pry it off real quick and show you. Because you can swap out the on your case. And I have this really nice kind of like wood accent panel for it. It's not real wood, but it looks really nice. Like it's got the grain and everything. Case is Corsair, the panels are Corsair. The cooler, the case fans, power supply, RAM. That's pretty much everything in the computer itself that could be Corsair, I think. But my keyboard, my mouse are Corsair. I use a lot of Elgato stuff. Elgato is owned by Corsair, so the Elgato Stream Deck, the Elgato Facecam 2, which I love this goddamn webcam. This is literally the best webcam I've ever owned in terms of quality, bar none. I remember trying to... I was trying to explain it like, oh, well, the problem you have with webcams is that you need a certain amount of light hitting the sensor for the webcam quality to be good, and I turned off almost all the lights, and it still wasn't grainy, and I went, that really just defeated what I was trying to show you, but I guess it's kind of like a, you know, successfully failed task, successfully failed. I have the Elgato key light. Once again, the vast majority of my setup has to do with Corsair, and it makes a lot of sense for me to be working with them. While my link doesn't get you a discount, I will also let you guys know when there are deals, when there are specials, when there are things that can apply to you. We will occasionally have Corsair giveaways as well. We actually just did one in June in celebration of the launch of ESO Gold Road. Llama won a K70 core keyboard, which is the keyboard I use, and Loremaster won the Scimitar RGB Elite wireless mouse. And like I said, love them. Absolutely love their stuff. I wouldn't be suggesting this stuff, I wouldn't be recommending this stuff if I didn't love it myself. And obviously with how much of my PC is Corsair now, you know, they make it possible for me to do this. They literally make it possible for me to stream, do YouTube, all of that. and this won't really apply to many people here, but their management, their kind of like partner management, is really well done. Having used both, I prefer Corsair. Loremaster, I did ask them to send shipping information. Llama just got his keyboard yesterday. I did ask them to send shipping information to you. That way you could track it that, because I know you said, that you need to make sure someone's home for it. I can double check with them tomorrow. I can message them tomorrow to see if they have any information on that, but I know they had a little bit of a slowdown. I know they had some projects going on behind the scenes that slowed down the shipping. Llama's in Canada and he got his either yesterday or Friday. But I'll circle back. I'll message them on Monday and see if I can pin that down at all. I'm excited because I even pitched it as a thing of like, hey, I would like to, you know, for the giveaway, do the mouse and keyboard that I use, because they're the products that I can very specifically say, like, hey, these are great. I use them myself. I can vouch for them myself. Kay, how you doing today? Welcome on in. Happy Saturday. I keep on forgetting that it's Saturday. I feel like my whole week was thrown off. I didn't have a stream on... Oh, God. I didn't have a stream on Thursday, and anytime I don't have a stream, it throws me off. Like, it just confuses me whenever I miss a stream. But the house repairs and everything that we had going on, everything should be done now, everything should be fixed now, knock on wood. In my case, knock on shitty pressboard desk. But we're hoping that everything's good now. Listen, Corsair also has a nice standing desk, but it's a lot of money. I wish I had the money for it. Unfortunately, I don't right now. But you also get what you pay for. I paid for a cheap 50, 60 buck IKEA desk. And it's fine, it's just... It just sits here, it just stands here, it doesn't do anything. It comes down to what you want, it comes down to, like, really how much you want to invest in this stuff. I'd like to invest in a better desk, but god, desks in general are a lot of money. A good desk, a lot of money. I do, however, have a Corsair gaming chair, and it's a lot nicer than my old gaming chair, which was frankly terrible. Just got home from a wedding. It was lovely, but I got home somewhat early as I'm old and fragile. That was us the last time we went to a wedding. I don't know if it was like the jet lag or what, but we got tired very quickly. It was like 8 p.m. and I just went, I'm ready to sleep. And I was like, what's going on here? Is this my life now? I kept going up to the bar. They're like, what are you having? And I would look at the bartender and say, I'll have a cranberry juice with lime. Like a crazy person. Like an absolute party animal. And I kept knocking back that cranberry juice and that sparkling cider. Oh, the last time I had a s'more. That is a good question. Last year, maybe, we'd made s'mores at, a friend's pool party. Oh, the bar, that's right. That was recent then, yeah, a few months ago. I do like s'mores. Yeah, Dargan, it's just a lot of pressure to put on your knees, yeah. I know it's one of the concerns with either a standing desk or standing for long periods of time.
But I didn't have the meds for it. Again, that's the stage we're at.
I believe it, Kay. I can absolutely believe that it would take that long, or be that much of a difference. Depending on where you are, public transit can be phenomenal, or it can be such a pain in the ass.
That one wasn't our fault. That one was just a funny one.
It's a thing of, you know, once again, you guys should just do a shot every time I say it, frankly, but growing up in New York, it's like we had the subway, we had the bus. The bus wasn't even that good compared to the subway, but frankly, the New York City bus is still better than the vast majority of public buses out there.
I know times are tough.
Like, that spoiled me. That really, really did. And then I spent literally 3 days in Amsterdam, and I went, no, never mind, New York sucks.
Stay safe out there.
Never mind, fuck the MTA.
Distant parts got hit. Nasty stuff. Be well, and remember.
Literally every train in Amsterdam has free public Wi-Fi on it. And I was like, oh my god, this is the future. This is what New York will hope to have 80 years from now. And everything was on time, and they tell you the exact time of when it's arriving. Like I said, I was living in the future for a few days. I was like, man, I'm gonna miss this. There are only 5 tickets in there? What? Yeah, I think Llama, he's not going to be able to take it with him, but I think Llama's was a transforming disc that goes from stand to sitting. I forget if it was a... I forget if it was one that you could use, like, the motor to raise it, or if you had to, like, crank it. I want to say his was a motorized one. If I ever got a standing desk, I'd want it to be a motorized one. If I'm going to spend that much on the desk, I'm going to spend the extra amount to get the motor. But from people I know who did it, they were very happy with it. From people I know who have gotten that, they were very happy with the money they invested in that. But I also just... It's the thing of, for all I know, maybe I would use it a ton, maybe I wouldn't. Right now, I can't imagine myself really using the standing component all that much. I really feel like I would just sit here and be like, it's fine, I don't need to raise it. Supposed to have good public transport. I know some public transport just sucks on the weekends, even when it's supposed to be good, you know, year-round, or in general. That was always the problem. New York Transit, public transit, in holidays, weekends, and bad weather. It's like, you might not get anywhere today. You might not be able to take half the trains you need to. Here's the thing, I've only ever had, you know, the shitty pressboard desks as my computer desks. Yeah. As long as it doesn't break, like as long as it supports what I put on it, I really don't need it to be like real wood. You know? It's not that much of an issue to me. If I was paying a ton of money and I was only getting a pressboard desk, then I'd probably be annoyed, but like I said, I paid maybe $40 for the desktop itself and then another $30 or so for the shitty metal pull legs that I just screwed into the table and called it a day. I need to cook more. Effortless, now I'm just imagining a motorized desk that follows you around. It's like, alright, quick, I gotta go down to the kitchen, and it just wheels on after you. Now that's the future. But then you have to order, it's like, hey, stop, stay. Do not follow me into the bathroom. So there will be downsides. It's not a perfect system. We got some kind of hybrid desk, yeah. We put on the desk, then turned into a sitting desk into a hybrid one. Okay. It's like the motorized, almost desktop then. Yeah, because I've been talking to Llama because he moves soon, and he's trying to figure out, like, space, because he's going to be living in a smaller apartment, so he's trying to figure out, like, what he has space for and what not. So he's not going to have room for a second monitor for his computer, which is like, oh man, it's so hard to go back to one monitor after having two. At least for me, it's hard. Even using a laptop, I'm like, oh god, one screen? Oh, but I was saying to him, it's like, if there is space, you'll figure it out, you know, later, but if you do have space, you might want to get, like, a laptop stand for your desk, because I have a lot of friends who will have just one screen and then a laptop stand, and they essentially use their laptop as, like, a second screen or just, you know, a second device. Oh, do I not have grenades? I thought I did. I did not. Oh, he just ran right into the fire. Damn. Yeah, the Tem sound just ran directly into the fire. I feel a little bad about that. I mean, I didn't throw it at him. He just ran on it on his own. God, I know it's just been... Unfortunately, it's been a really rough summer all around. Like, I know the heat's been bad in England and the EU. We actually had a much more mild August than I would have expected, because usually August is the worst, and wasn't as bad as July for us. Honestly, wasn't even as bad as June for us. So I'm kind of hoping we get like a nice early proper fall then, because fall's my favorite season. Alright. I might be teleported. I'm gonna sleep for 1 hour. Okay, didn't teleport. Did not sleepwalk anywhere. Beautiful. Is my perk no longer counting? I have the perk that's supposed to give me 100 XP every time I read anything, including magazines, skill magazines. Maybe it's not. Oh, unless I already read something today. I don't think I did, but who knows? Because magazines aren't, like, uber common, which I also do like. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it's been a day yet. It might still be within the same day as Y. So that might be exactly what it is, Rucky. Stufflovicus, thank you for the 47 months. I'm on the 47-month undefeated streak. Just as I get to installing the mod, I see you be playing it. I've been playing so much of it. I've been playing almost nothing but this since it came out. Literally the only exception is I streamed Skyrim's Creation Mod Con earlier today before switching over to Fallout London. I do plan on playing some ESO tomorrow, though. Which it's been weeks since I played ESO. Don't tell ZeniMax Online. Just don't let them know about that. They don't need to know. I've really been enjoying it. I've really had a great time. It's been fairly smooth for me. Like, I ran into a couple bugs, but it was mostly stuff that I could fix pretty easily on my own. The more recent patch that just came out for it definitely makes things a little bit more stable as well, which is nice. Rucky is the ESO whistleblower. It's a thing of, you know, they're not actually super strict about like, oh, you didn't stream ESO this week, we're gonna break your legs. They're actually really good about that, because sometimes, you know, people take time off or they have to pause for other content, so they're really good about that, fortunately. It's more so a me thing of I always want to make sure that I'm hitting, you know, my milestones, my requirements, what I'm supposed to be doing as my contractual obligations. Hello? No? Okay. Inaccessible. Is there gonna be a terminal or anything? But for me, I love to describe Fallout London as reminding me of the first time I played Fallout 3 and just wanting to explore everything. I think ESO is pretty good if you're someone that, you know, you're maybe not as into the MMO side of things and you want something that's going to be a little bit easier to play if you're familiar more so with the Elder Scrolls as a franchise than you are with MMOs. It does play differently from the single-player games for balancing reasons, but a lot of PvE stuff, a lot of stuff you can do completely solo and just at your own pace. You don't need to really worry about like, oh, am I making a proper DPS in order to do this? Especially playing on your own, you have a lot of leeway to just kind of play the way that you want to. And I continue to say, I think ESO has much better lore. It has a lot more lore in it than Skyrim does, frankly. Which Skyrim was kind of lore light. ESO adds so much to the Elder Scrolls universe, and it's really well done.
Rule Britannia! Britannia rule the waves! Britons never shall be slaves!
You keep it up, Tom. You're almost home. Traders welcome. I hope my favorite trader's there. His name's Joe. Maybe you've heard of him. Yeah, I played The Old Republic. I loved Star Wars The Old Republic for its stories and its characters. I did not like the combat all that much. ESO is a little bit more active as a combat system as opposed to more turn-based like The Old Republic. Oh god. Oh, where is your radio so I can say, shut up? There it is. Water downstairs. Entry cost 5 tickets. BYOB or buy a bucket. Purified water ahead. Why does this feel like a trap?
Mind the gap and all that.
Why does that sound like a trap? Yeah, there's free water downstairs, or there's, you know, cheap, affordable water downstairs. Just follow the arrows. No one's ever been murdered here. Which so far looks pretty safe. So far, so good.
You down to trade?
Save our gracious queen. Long live our noble queen.
Alright.
Take a look.
Also, just a reminder to any and all subs, you guys get access to the emotes. You guys get access to the emotes, the Discord, and you are not allowed to trade with this man.
Farewell.
He's got nothing. I would say the Old Republic is a better story game, but it's BioWare, so
I wish I
it's
could meet the
not
queen.
to my surprise. I love the writing of ESO. If anything, I think that ESO has a stronger narrative than some of the single-player Elder Scrolls games. Oh, it really is purified. No, it's not, because I stood it and didn't get irradiated. No, okay, never mind. You are goddamn
We won't
liars.
go quietly. You can count on that.
You suck.
You lost. A little close for comfort, mate.
Well, that's what I get for trusting them. But no, I would still say that ESO's story is very much worth playing, but it's hard to compete with the Old Republic because the Old Republic really is a BioWare-style story, but also with an MMO, which is impressive. Note to self, don't trust the Tommies. They didn't
Stop running around like a cock.
make me. Yeah, I don't get to use the stations quite as much as I wanted to, but maybe I'll get to see some of them more later. Yeah, I wanted to play more of the Old Republic. The combat didn't really do it for me. I also just really didn't have time to be able to play 2 different MMOs on and off and on. Like, that was too much of a commitment. Oh god, Skyrim Maids 2 Deception. The best way I can ever describe Maids 2 is that it is incredibly... It's incredible from a tech standpoint. From a writing standpoint, it's weird. It's odd. And it doesn't entirely always feel like the Elder Scrolls. But I guess it's also a lot better than the original Maids 1 for Oblivion, where Maids 1 is much more questionable. Yeah. Like, I'd be uncomfortable talking about the Maids 1 story premise on stream. It's that questionable. Who's out there?
Stop! In the name of the Queen.
Oh! Whoa! Whoa!
For Blighty!
Yeah. Yeah.
Goddamn pig rats.
Who dares win?
Yeah, because I didn't even know pig rats were a thing in the Fallout universe until the other day, because they're from Fallout 1, I believe.
We're in the clear. We're in the clear, lads. Stop in the name of the Queen. Rule Britannia! Damn you!
I'm just trying not to hit anyone that I don't want to. I'm trying not to hit people randomly. Oh, you're dead! Dying Breath just screams Britannia. Yeah, Maids to Deception, that was forever ago. I was still in college then. It was during the earlier years of YouTube. Then it was my earlier stuff, which... yeah. Last year, June was weird. First spring was dry and hot. June hit and it became cool and rainy. First day of July, it was a dry inferno again. Yeah, this summer was just... we got a lot of rain this summer, honestly. But it was just stupid humid this year. But that's just kind of like the Northeast in general now is just stupid, stupid humid. Even more than it was in the past few years. Damn. I've mentioned it before, I never beat Fallout 1. I played it for a little bit, I played it for a little while. It's just... it was before my time. And going back to it, it just wasn't something for me. It doesn't mean it's a bad game, it's just not something that I myself particularly enjoyed. I like the story of Fallout 1, I've read the story, I've read the lore and everything, but gameplay-wise, it's just not my cup of tea. I tried Fallout 2 as well. But I started playing games, you know, like early to mid 2000s when we were moving on, or at least the RPGs I was playing weren't Fallout 1, Fallout 2 style RPGs anymore. The one thing I am sad about though, Sean, is the mod author for Maids to Deception had planned on making like an epilogue mod to tell a little bit more of the story, to wrap up some story components. Unfortunately, that never released and they actually wound up canceling it. That's too bad because once again, from a technical perspective, it had a lot of promise and it did some things really, really well. I would have loved to see the conclusion to that story, the intended conclusion to that. Oh, I don't know how that missed. It's the funny thing of the video that I put out about the Fallout 4 mod that's remaking Fallout 1. People complain, it's like, oh, well, it's not Fallout 1, it plays like Fallout 4. It's like, yeah, that's the goddamn point. You can still go and play Fallout 1 if you like that gameplay style. If you want to play Fallout 1 story, but experience it in the gameplay that you're familiar with, like Fallout 4, like, are you not understanding the premise, the plan? You want to play Fallout 1? Go play Fallout 1. No one's taking it away from you. This is literally if you're like me and you just don't enjoy that style of game. It's like, not everything has to be for you. Some mods can be for other people and not for you. Yep, Rucky, I had quite a few comments where it's like, oh, well, this isn't Fallout 1, it's not gonna have this component of the gameplay. It's like, yeah, that's why I want to play it. Literally, that's the reason why I'm gonna wind up playing the mod, because it's the gameplay and the style that I'm familiar with, that I understand. I believe that had already been debunked. I think Todd Howard had gone out and said that they would not be remaking the older Fallout games just because, like, you can still play them as is, and he doesn't think it makes sense to do it in their gameplay style. Right, Della spelled right. I mean, I shouldn't say amazed, but man, oh man, they were really playing with fire, making that mod such a clear plagiarism of Star Wars. Like, you're really playing with fire, making something that is that clearly just Star Wars plagiarized. One second. I'm just taking a quick look at something. Local leader. Yeah, alright. Charisma 6. I just wanted to double check that it was Charisma. I was pretty sure it was. Here's the thing. Bethesda is still considered a small-ish AAA studio. Bethesda, Maryland has a team of around like 300, 400 people, several of which are working on The Elder Scrolls 6, and several of them are still working on Starfield. But most AAA studios nowadays are like 700 to 1,000 developers. Bethesda only has so many people and so many resources to make some of these games, some of these remasters and whatnot, so it's why I'm not even surprised that we haven't seen anything about the rumored Fallout 3 remaster, the rumored Oblivion remaster. They just probably don't have the time, the people, etc. to do it, and I'm sure Microsoft could decide, like, okay, we'll put this studio towards that studio towards this, but there might not be that level of demand for Fallout 1 remade in the style of Fallout 4. Seeing the amount of comments that were mad about the mod, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of people who are just like, no, I don't want this in the style of Fallout 4. Listen, I was really impressed because what I played was just a demo of the Fallout 1 remaster mod, but it already has the leveling system, it already has the perks, the traits, it has all these things gameplay-wise from Fallout 1, and people are complaining, it's like, oh, well, it's not turn-based, oh, it's not top-down. It's like, yeah, cause it's Fallout fucking 4. I don't get it. Yes, I guess mod authors could technically try to make a top-down Fallout 4 mod, but why are you making a Fallout 4 mod at that point? I didn't think that one through. Oh god, he's gonna pray, he's gonna pray. Yeah, unfortunately, I think the odds of Bethesda giving full creative freedom to any other studio or anyone outside of their team is unlikely. Bethesda's happy to communicate and collaborate and work with people, but full creative freedom is unlikely. It's too much of a wild card for a lot of people. It's way too much of a wild card for certain studios, certain devs and whatnot, and I get that. I'm not saying I agree with it, I'm just saying I can understand that. So I don't know how many people know about this, but after Fallout New Vegas came out, Obsidian proposed an Elder Scrolls spin-off game to Bethesda in the same kind of style that they had done New Vegas, and it's like, hey, we'll make a spin-off game for Skyrim, and, you know, be in the Skyrim engine, it'll be similar to that, it'll be the Skyrim New Vegas, essentially. And here's the thing, I really like the idea of that, I really like the sound of that. However, some of what they were pitching didn't really strike my fancy. They were like, oh, we'll make it, you know, a time travel game about this and that, and Bethesda was like, no, we're okay. As was their right, because, you know, once again, it's their franchise, their game, and whatnot. Time travel's really done well, and I feel like it's really hard to do. It's hard to add fast travel and time travel in to a series where it isn't already the main focus. It's gonna be really hard to get people into a time travel spin-off game if the franchise isn't already known for being just about time travel. There is time travel in the Elder Scrolls. It's a very small component. So small that a lot of people don't even know that it exists in the Elder Scrolls. So to have a whole game about it, I feel like you'd be really running some risks there. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get up there. But it's also the thing of, in the case of Bethesda, I don't think they really want to hand out the rights to the Elder Scrolls all that much. They do it for mobile games, but mobile games are also a completely different market, and it doesn't interfere with the main series games as much. But I think they're a lot more reluctant to hand out what is, you know, their franchise, their baby. Llama, good to see you. The Skyblivion stuff they showed off today was really, really good. Oop, oop, oop. I walked right through that. Michael Kirkbride suggested a lot of things. And it's the thing of, I know some people swear by all of Michael Kirkbride's writings. Michael Kirkbride wrote a lot of stuff after he no longer worked at Bethesda, and they treat some of the stuff as canon when it's literally just, at that point, fan fiction. Which I'm not a huge fan of Coda. Coda being like his whole thing about, you know, time travel, about the 5th era. It's either the 5th or the 6th era. It's like, it's not for me. It's not what I think of when I think Elder Scrolls. And you can like it, you can enjoy it, but it's not an official product. It's not an official thing. I like Starfield. Not everyone's gonna like Starfield. I enjoyed it, however, Starfield's also the Bethesda game where I beat it and I didn't really have any burning desire to go back to it afterwards. I will when the DLC comes out, but right now, I'm just sitting here like, okay, I don't have any real need to continue to play it in this moment. Some people do. Some people are loving it and they're still playing it and they're playing time and time again. But that was also me with Fallout 4 when it came out. Fallout 4, I played it, I beat it, and I went, okay. And I came back when there were DLCs, I came back for some mod stuff, but it wasn't... It didn't capture me the way that Skyrim did when it first came out. That Skyrim did, or Oblivion did, or Fallout 3 did, where I played those games time and time and time again. And I still can play them time and time and time again without getting tired of them. Yeah, Llama, it was really good. It was over an hour of them just kind of like playing and chatting and answering questions. It was a really good form factor for showing off Sky Oblivion. They went into random dungeons, they went into different caves. The mine that they showed off was phenomenal. So here's a... I consider this a slight oversight. The enemy is up there. I cannot get up there because I cannot use the ladder in combat. So now I'm just stuck here, not able to get up there. So, yeah. I keep on forgetting how late into August we are, because you're like, oh, I'll be back in September. We're already more than halfway through August now, which is crazy to me. Bless you. Yeah, Llama, yeah. Little bit of an oversight, I feel. But yes, I want to do more IA. I was talking to Nissa about it earlier, so I'll do some with her on her stream, but I'm happy to do some on my stream because, frankly, it's the funny thing of, you know, they said, oh, this is the housing update. It's a bigger update for IA than it is for housing, honestly. Like, this is a much bigger content update for IA than housing at all. Yeah, one of the best things about an Elder Scrolls game to me is the ability to naturally find quests and cool locations and all of that. And the problem I had was that Starfield, you know, you would find some cool locations, you would find some cool quests, but you ran out of that unique stuff fairly quickly compared to some of the other games, and it then became this thing of, well, I'm gonna have to look up where to find the rest of the cool stuff. And for me, at least, that took away from some of the enjoyment. For me, at least, that took away from some of what I wanted from the game. Yeah, the last version of Tamriel Rebuilt I played was years ago, so I know a lot's changed even since then. I remember old Ebonheart. I remember Almalexia. I remember quite a bit of it. It was really good, even when I last played it, which would have been 2017, 2018. I tried to update it, and it just would not work. I tried updating it mid-playthrough, and I just kept on getting a crash because it's like, oh, this script isn't loading, which, too bad, but I still got to play plenty. Rapala, the main thing that I say about Starfield is that it was trying to be too many different games at the same time. It was trying to be, you know, Bethesda in space, but also trying to be a little bit of No Man's Sky with all the random planets, all the randomly generated stuff. And it works for No Man's Sky because No Man's Sky is, first and foremost, like, okay, it is a survival game. It is a sandbox game. Most people weren't looking for a sandbox experience, strictly sandbox experience from Bethesda. They wanted more handwritten quests. They wanted more hand-placed content. There was a little bit of a disconnect there, I feel. I don't think we're going to have that kind of disconnect with the Elder Scrolls 6. I think Bethesda knows what people want from a single-player Elder Scrolls game, but, you know, they were taking some time to experiment with Starfield, with Fallout 4, trying some different things, but I think the Elder Scrolls, they have a much more solid idea of, like, yes, this is what makes an Elder Scrolls game. I could be wrong. I would be completely wrong. Well, that's kind of fun and creepy. What time is it? Okay, 12:09. You gotta get a new bell operator. He's off by 9 minutes. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what would have been added to Tamriel Rebuilt since I last played. I know there's been quite a bit added over the years, but I just don't remember off the top of my head. Oh, do I not have a grenade equipped? I do. There we go, there we go. No horror side quests yet, no. But apparently there's something really creepy in the locked section of the, Jack the Ripper Museum. But my lockpicking skill isn't high enough to get in there yet. Almost. No, I don't think I've really found anything scary yet, but I remember hearing there was some scary stuff. I guess I've gotten lucky then. Oh god, more leechlings. I'm just gonna blast them. It is crazy though because, you know, Tamriel Rebuilt is still being developed after all this time. They're doing such a great job with it. If and when I play Morrowind again, I would play specifically just so I could experience more of Tamriel Rebuilt. I was gonna say, yeah, it didn't mutate. I'll take the left leg. It's not much, it's not great, but I'll take it. I really thought I was gonna play... Oh, that's a lot of res! Okay, nope. Wow. I thought I was gonna play a ton on EU, and I just wound up dropping off very quickly. But I really feel like I played a lot when Gold Road came out, but I still haven't finished the Gold Road story. I still haven't started the Gold Road story. And I had some sort of milk that was really good. I want to say it was pasteurized milk. Yeah, minus 150 rads, which is not going to be all my rads, but it's going to be quite a few of them. Yeah, because I'm really just trying to fill out a little bit more of the map right now. If anything, it's the map size that's really impressive to me. And this is really just like one of the districts too, because we still have like all of this up north. Oh, a little bit over here too, so. Right, we're probably right. That's the thing, like Tamriel Rebuilt has outlasted all of them. It's slow but steady wins the race. Now this is gonna be a trap. Free! And they're pointing all these signs to the corner shop. This is how you die. I mean, I see the shotgun, and that shotgun, bless you. But even still, I'm a little worried. Even still, I'm just sitting here like, alright, what else is there? Okay, just the two guns, but I was waiting for there to be something else that would just somehow, like, drop it and kill me. Like an anvil. You know? Do you think there was someone who watched Looney Tunes and everything growing up and was scared of anvils falling on them? They were like, this is a real problem in my life. This is going to be a real issue I have to worry about. Anvils. I've talked about it before, but playing video games as a kid, I really thought I was going to have to worry about bottomless pits appearing a lot more. Because every video game growing up had bottomless pits. I thought bottomless pits were just out and about in the world. That I was just gonna randomly come across them. Right? Usually just the quicksand, right? Quicksand, bottomless pits, anvils, pianos. Oh. They're trying to instill weird fears in us as kids. Alright, well I didn't get murdered in there. That's always nice. That's always good. I will... Ooh, what's this? The British Lion Headquarters. Alright. Right, pits full of snakes. Pits with spikes in the bottom, too. Although those have been used in real life. Pits with spikes in the bottom have much more relevance than bottomless pits.
Huh? Hearing shit.
I took 2 steps. Goddamn, you guys have great hearing. That or I'm just really loud. It's probably...
Trying to sneak up on me?
Probably just that I'm loud and clumsy.
Shit. Who is that? Who's out there?
Just give up.
I'm no quitter. Right, just all the drugs just has them paranoid.
Someone's there?
I know the light is gonna draw them to me.
Swear, you must be losing
Okay. Oh, hey there.
Ain't personal. Just you or me.
Let's keep on going. Let's get going.
How much you got left in you?
It's just very dark in here, so I do need my light. Every time I see a mannequin, I almost shoot at them. And I think that's the point. I think they're supposed to be, like, tricking you. Like, oh, look, there's someone here. Oh, he's got his head. Alas, poor Yorick.
You're nothing. Nothing.
Lord Master, have a good one. Enjoy your food. I'm gonna be out a little bit longer, if nothing else. I don't know how long I'm gonna go, though, because I'm starting to get a little hungry, which is surprising because it's a little early for me to eat, but...
Going down.
Oh?
Four.
Tomorrow we have a little bit of a hard end for stream because we do have Sarah's high school reunion tomorrow, so we have to leave by a certain time. So tomorrow's gonna be more of a standard 5-hour stream.
You gotta reload sometime, asshole.
I just did. I really apologize if I butcher your name. Niam, welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? What were you up to today? Would love to hear how your stream went. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for bringing your people over as I get shot at and then shoot at people in return. Sorry, 1 sec. I'm trying not to die. Okay. It's Neem, you were close. Okay, thank you so much. Listen, I always want people to correct me if I get their name wrong. I really, really do. But please drop a follow for Neem, now that I know how to say it. Sarah was going for the Irish pronunciation, for the Gaelic interpretation. Oh, I did not expect that to be a one-shot. But welcome on in. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Saturday. To anyone who might be joining in for the first time, I'm George. This is my channel, Zero Period Productions. I'm a YouTuber and Twitch streamer. On YouTube, I am best known for playing Skyrim mods, and on Twitch, I try to play anything else because variety is the spice of life. But it's still Bethesda and it's still a mod, so I'm not sure how well I'm doing with that. Internet died. Oh. Internet went kablooey. Oh. So, I guess, you know, fortunately it sounds like London wasn't the issue. One of my friends was trying to play and stream Fallout London the other day, but they were just getting a lot of lag. Like, they were getting a lot of frame rate drops and whatnot. And I'm gonna try and help her out with that, because I know she really wanted to play Fallout London. I'm pretty far... Well, it's not that I'm far into it, it's just that I have a lot of hours in Fallout London right now. Like, I have probably like 27, 28 hours, but I've done very little quest-wise, because I've mainly just been exploring. I've mainly just been going around. The world space is pretty big, and it's also really nicely done. I want to blame the frame rate, but my internet bars were just going low and then high, so I figured it's my Wi-Fi. Yeah. Unfortunately, I know... I mean, you gotta just sit and hope that your internet provider is going to like you for the day for streams, but I know Wi-Fi can sometimes be tricky just because Wi-Fi has more of a variable frame rate at times compared to like a hardwire connection. Not always, sometimes. It depends on a lot of other factors. There's a lot of components that go into it. Thank you for the follow, really appreciate it. All follows are anonymous. That way, you never have to admit to anyone that you're following me. I'm looking out for you guys. Scrap that. How did the installation process go for you, though? Were you installing it via Steam? Were you doing it on GOG? I originally had this installed via the Steam version, but then I swapped on over to the GOG version because of... I needed my Steam version, for other mods. And I just needed to separate them. But playing on the GOG version, it's been really, really good. Reinforced. I'll do that. Added asbestos. Can't be set on fire. Always nice. I need more leather. Okay. Assassin's left leg. I'm using a metal left leg. That's better. Okay, version of Fallout on Steam. Didn't want to buy another for GOG. I get it. I very much get it. The reason I did, and frankly, I don't even recommend it to people, it was literally just because there's a couple other Fallout quest mods coming out this year, and I was like, ugh. I don't want to have to, like, uninstall London to install this, to then go through that process again and again, so... I realized that it wasn't even, like, the best decision financially, but hopefully it's gonna be less of a pain in the ass because, the Fallout 4 mod that is remaking Fallout 3's Pit DLC, that's coming out sometime this year, and I want to cover that for YouTube, maybe for Twitch, so... I just figured I was gonna try and do that, but... we'll see. So I'm going to... Oh, can you not scrap? I forgot that you can't scrap legendary pieces. I forgot about that. 345, 365. I can give some of that armor to my companions. But yeah, so if you guys are worried about spoilers and whatnot, I've really just been exploring, because that's one of my favorite things in Bethesda games in general, is just going around unlocking the map, opening it up. And London has really good world design for that specifically, so I'm just kind of in... You know, I'm in my element right now. Purified water. I'll hold on to my dirty water for now. But I need more food. Ah, yes. Pig rat scratchings. Real gourmet eating, right, guys? Mm-mm-mm. If it was just, like, a pig, sure. Pig, rat... I'm gonna think about the rat more than I'm gonna think about the pig. Vegetable soup. Alright. Yeah, I am, I think, level 21 right now. I don't know if you ran into the bug. There is a bug that a lot of people are getting, though, where their HP gets nerfed after the tutorial, essentially, of the mod. So, my friend Nissa had her HP at 35. Her HP was supposed to be 100. I think my HP was... By the time I fixed it, it was 85 when it was supposed to be, like, 150. And it made such a world of difference when I did actually go ahead and fix it. Like, night and day. There are still some difficult encounters, there are still some difficult fights, but that alone really helped out. HP's been horrid, but I don't know if I'm just really bad at the game. I do think that it is a little bit more challenging than, like, vanilla Fallout 4, which I do like. But yeah, there's an HP bug where the HP calculation after the train crash is just messing up a little bit for people, so it could very well be that. Because I remember when I first started, I was like, oh, that's a lot of radiation, but it's because the radiation just looked like such a larger percentage, because compared to my health, I just had no health. Oh, the foxes are terrible. The foxes are absolute murder. Yup. They were killing me a ton. And I was using like a medium speed melee weapon, so they would very easily just get their attacks in before I could actually land a hit on them. Because I had so little ammo at the start too. I intentionally didn't take the Hound coaster for that reason, Misho. I intentionally haven't taken it yet just because of that. Vintage chest piece. Is that any good? Oh. Maybe not. Ula, you just like to live dangerously. That's all it comes down to. Yeah, it's not gonna be as good, so I'm just gonna go ahead and scrap that. Had to cancel the perk away, yeah. I think in the patch they were trying to fix the coaster bug, but I don't think it fixed it for everyone. It fixed it for some people, not for others, so it's really kind of hard to say. Apparently the coasters that just give, you know, like +1 to your special, apparently those are fine, apparently those have no issues. It's stuff that's adjusting your melee damage and stuff like that that has a much higher chance of just borking. I have a friend that's using Duolingo. He's learning German. Slowly, because he's been learning German for 6 years, I think he said. Which, I mean, it's more than I'm doing, so.
Going down.
Good for him. Which I remember when he started, so when we saw him recently, he said, oh yeah, I'm still doing that. I was like, wow, that's commitment. I'm not good at learning languages. I'm not one of those people that just picks it up. Some people do, some people are really good at it. I am not one of those people. I don't even want to think about how many years of Spanish I took. Oh, it's broken. But I remember nothing after all those years of Spanish. Like, absolutely useless. Might as well have never taken it. Yeah, Sarah loves languages. I remember, so, I'm half Ukrainian on my dad's side, and I'm half Chinese on my mother's side. My mom's parents never learned English. My grandmother knew enough to get, like, the basics across. Very basics, like, bare minimum basics. And that was about it. My grandfather, my mom's dad, he knew our names. Like, he would point at us, he'd point at me and say George, and he'd point at himself and essentially say grandfather. And I'm like, and you would just nod and be like, yeah, because that's the extent of the conversation for the 20 some odd years that I knew him. But I remember, I was a kid, and at one point it was either like my mom, no, it wasn't my mom. One of my uncles asked, he was like, oh, wouldn't you like to learn Chinese to talk to them? And I just went, nah. So I don't think I ever had an interest in languages necessarily. Alright, I will... Okay, that's the entrance that I tried going through, and the exit that I tried going through that I couldn't. A sale, you say? No, no sale here. What the fuck is that? Hold on. He saw me. I know he saw me. I don't like him. I think this is gonna be how I die. Yep, he's gonna have a lot of health, isn't he? He's gonna have quite a bit of health. He's not attacking, he's just sitting there very defensively. If anything, I'm the one who started this fight. If anything, I'm the instigator right now. But he did scare me a little bit. Listen, I prefer the Radger and how it looks to the Yao Guai. He's like a nicer looking Yao Guai. Yeah, my dad's parents spoke Ukrainian. My dad never learned Ukrainian though. God, I always think about I don't know if you ever played, was it Far Cry 4? The honey badgers in Far Cry 4 were an absolute menace. Like, terrifying menace. Oh. Oh, hey, alright. New workshop. I'll take it. Well, who wants to be my friend today? I hear people. I thought I heard someone at least. Yeah, I want to get back. I need to get back to Churchill because Churchill has some of the weapons that I just made him carry because he was my storage. I got the Lambeth Walk. I did, yes. But I still have the other settlement over by the Dryads, by the tree people. That's gonna be my main one, I'm pretty sure. I always hate trying to aim with this thing. I don't know why. I feel like I can't aim with it. I've mainly just been traveling on my own. I've mainly just been exploring on my own, but I do like Churchill. I thought I was gonna hit. It was warding shot. Oh, they moved. They moved. Honestly, I might be better off putting a medium scope on this. Because I really only use this at a range anyway. Oh god, oh, they're freaking out a little bit. I knew that had a good chance to miss. Nope, 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 nope. Oh god. I just want to get up there. I just want to murder them.
Give up now. I'll make it quick. And
I know there are some companions. I know there's other companions in the mod. Oh, I thought they just threw a fan at me. I think they shot near the fan so it sent it flying, but it looked like he threw a desk fan at me. I thought it was gonna be some sort of like fan grenade. I got really scared for a second. I want to know where that fan went. They're so valuable. They have screws. They're great for materials. But yeah, I know there's other companions, but I've really only been using Churchill. I used a little bit of Archie, and then I was like, ah, you get out of here, kid. Scram, beat it. I'm great with kids. Okay, I keep on forgetting about the ladders. Sorry. But yes, so right now still the main goal has just been leveling up, leveling up so that I can eventually finally make all of the crafting stations over at my one settlement, which is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Apparently I just need to give Archie more, like, weapons and stuff, but he was just running off, and I was like, ah, whatever, beat a kid. Right? Imagine being able to climb in a Fallout game. Because they did add ladders, usable ladders, in Starfield, and I was a little impressed by that. Much more impressed in, you know, the mods, because it's a lot more work for them to do it, obviously. There's a couple Skyrim mods that actually do it as well. It's still crazy to me seeing what the modding communities do. Yeah, I'll go into a Keb Den. Drugs, yeah, come on. Why not? There's also another bar nearby, and I'm gonna stop by that because I want to maybe get a coaster that hopefully works.
Hmm?
Not friends. I was hoping this would make maybe like a friendly drug dealer, a friendly drug lab. Ooh. Oh god. Oh, please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Yeah, the hooligan survivalist has a lot of health.
Come on.
Oh god, he's gonna murder me. He's gonna murder me. I was talking about that a little bit earlier, yes. How I like Starfield, but unlike a lot of other Bethesda games, you don't have as much to do. It's a big game, but there's not enough content in it to me compared to Fallout 4, Skyrim, Oblivion, and so on. I am really curious about the DLC, though. Yes, because the DLC is much more up my alley, where they said, hey, it's going to be focused much more on, you know, hand-placed locations, on full custom dungeons and whatnot. That's what I wanted. It sounded like it's much more of what I was hoping for. I think now that some time has passed, they're like, okay, we realized that this wasn't exactly what people thought it would be. There's also a rumor, and, you know, take all those with a grain of salt, but there's also a rumor that the 3 vehicle update for Starfield is coming out soon, because that's supposed to be free and that's supposed to be before the DLC. Sky King, I don't know if you saw, but apparently the Starfield Creation Kit has a problem with not supporting lip sync. Or like it doesn't have lip sync functionality built in, and everyone's very confused by that. Everyone's really surprised by that. So that's one of the reasons, one of the many reasons why it's been a little slower getting quest mods for it. Ooh, carrying too much, it's fine. Just gonna drop that. Yeah, I've heard that some mod authors are working on lip sync integration and fixes, but right now, from what I've seen and from what I've heard, yeah, the creation kit itself doesn't natively support it, which is why a lot of people were confused by that. And I feel like understandably so. Yep, a lot of people are just leaving the helmets on their modded NPCs just to avoid that issue, which I will say, in the meantime, is a good workaround. But I'm also of the opinion of, you know, maybe don't release your paid companion mods for Starfield until we get to a point where there is some fix for the lip sync stuff. My main hope is that they didn't change their mind about the vehicle update being free. I hope that it still remains free and they didn't decide to bundle it with the DLC. It could also be that they release it at the same time as the DLC, but it's still free. Because when Dawnguard came out for Skyrim back in 2012, mounted combat, like horse combat, was added for free, but then all the other stuff was, you know, part of the Dawnguard DLC itself. That I'd be fine with. That, to me, would be a fine way to do it. But we have Gamescom coming up this... It's this week, right? Gamescom is this week. But I know Starfield is going to be shown off then.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same note, where I myself wouldn't really see as much need or desire personally to want a, to want to pay for a follower. Like, I'd rather pay for quests and stuff like that. Quests and gameplay additions, yes. Companions, unless they have, like, a really significant quest line of their own, I wouldn't be as compelled, I wouldn't be as interested. Still alive, still alive. Alright. I think the Indiana Jones game from Machine Games is also supposed to be shown off during Gamescom, so we might get a release date for that. Because that's still coming out this year. That is still slated for release this year. Oh, hello. Oh god, that's a lot of fire. Oh, we found the Enfield factory. I'm trying not to die.
Hands off the merchandise.
Oh, yep. Little crispy. Very crispy. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm absolutely cooked right now. Alright. I will be surprised if Indiana Jones gets delayed, because one of the reasons for Avowed's delayed was just to avoid some of the crossover with the other Game Pass games coming out this year.
Made a big mistake.
My god! Look at that! Just... so much fire. They are industrialists, and I think this is meant to be like a harder location. It's the Enfield factory. It should be well defended.
No?
What if I just went to the pub? What if I just went to the pub instead and try and get a new coaster? Just gonna... Shh, quiet. You don't hear anything. I just didn't want to get shot by your turret. Yeah, for Starfield, they've confirmed that they want to do one big expansion every year for at least a few years. So, you know, we're getting Shattered Space this year. We're going to be getting another big story-focused expansion next year, and it sounds like they're going to keep that going for a little bit. If anything, I think Starfield is the kind of game where I don't really want a sequel, frankly. I feel like the story they told in Starfield can be pretty self-contained. I don't need a sequel, but I would love to see more expansions flesh out that universe. And one of the reasons I don't want the sequel is because it's like, give me the Elder Scrolls 6, give me Fallout 5. Let's get back to Elder Scrolls and Fallout. I am gonna save before I take whatever the coaster in here is. Bless you. Uh-oh. Oh, no, not the leeches. Oh, did that not blow up? No, it didn't. I thought those were gonna blow up. Yeah, side quests and the factions. Or, I didn't even like all the factions. I liked some of them, I didn't like all of them. The Vanguard was my favorite faction, bar none. Like, easily my favorite faction. Chem Connoisseur. I'm a little worried that's one of the buggy ones. Like I said, the special ones are fine. Some of the other ones tend to be a little wonky. Oh, alright. Pirates, the pirates in lore were very piratey. The pirates that we actually saw in game, not so much. The ones that we actually interacted with, not as much. I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna see. 5% less addiction. I mean, that's such a small amount when you think about it. Okay, yeah, so it's showing properly there, so we should be fine. We should be okay. Yeah, I really liked the Vanguard. I liked some parts of Crimson Fleet. I didn't like other parts of it. I didn't really care for Ryujin, honestly. Ryujin might have been my least favorite. The Freestar Collective, I thought it was building up to something really cool, and then it just kind of fell flat for me. It really felt like they were trying to insinuate that you were going to have a mech battle. Not that you would be in a mech, but that you would fight someone in a mech. They were really, really, really building up to it. And then the guy's like, haha, here I am, and you shoot him, and he goes, ah, you've bested me, you idiot. It fell a little flat. I saw what they were going for, I got what they were going for with, like, the corruption and everything, but it didn't deliver. It really, really, really didn't, like, deliver in the end, which was kind of a shame. Right? Like, where's my Liberty Prime boss battle? Which, God, imagine having to fight Liberty Prime. I'd hate to be on the receiving end. I'm glad that we're always on the opposing end. I did save, so if I do die again, it's fine. I'm just being stubborn. I want a clear path to the Enfield factory. But I know there's mod authors who are working on making working mechs and everything. I think once we get the vehicle update, once we get the vehicle framework, I think that's also going to open up the modding scene a lot.
You better be worth it.
I'm just stand back here a little bit more. Just you all come to me, goddamn. They have great throwing arms. I just want to commend them on that. God, oh, yep. I was not gonna get through that. God damn. I don't know if that was better than the last time. Don't know if it was. I'm gonna say it was around the same. I'm being stubborn, and I know it. I am being stubborn here, and I know it. If anything, I might be better off coming back here later, but I just wanted to explore. I just wanted to open up as much of the map as I can. I'm gonna go back to one Mr. Churchill real fast. There was a leak of these Starfield, like, moon buggy vehicles. And it actually looks pretty good. Like, you could see them get airtime from jumping off ramps and everything. So it looks promising. Did Churchill actually... Nope, there he is. There he is. Cyberstrike, without going into spoilers, just because I know some people haven't finished it, what did you think? I'm someone that I didn't care for it all that much. There were certain parts of the main quest that I thought were good. There were a lot of other parts where I just went, I not have... I could have sworn... Okay, I do have a combat rifle. 23, yeah. Interesting, I feel like a lot is still unanswered. So one thing I will say is that... there was a leak. Well, not a leak. It's... There was a trademark. Bethesda recently submitted a trademark for Starborn. So people are thinking, oh, the way that, you know, we had the Dragonborn DLC for Skyrim, we'll have the Starborn DLC for Starfield, and maybe that'll answer some of those questions. I hope so, because there were quite a few questions that I wanted them to answer. Night music, well, you made it at least for the ending, because I feel like it was an hour ago, and I said, oh, maybe I'll wrap up soon, and then I just wanted to keep exploring. Going good, though. We started off watching the Skyrim Creation ModCon, which is sort of the community online convention for some of the big Skyrim mods coming out. And that was nice. We had a good time. Sky Oblivion looks great. Sky Oblivion continues to just blow me away. I was gonna say I'm gonna be out of screws for that. Next stream is going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow we are here for the usual stream time of around 5 hours. The reason that it won't be longer tomorrow is because we do have something in the evening. So that will...
It's the Thames calling to us.
That requires it to be a regular stream time tomorrow. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. 34 damage, 46 damage. I just don't have a lot of ammo for the combat rifle.
One day,
but yeah,
I'll
so
take my family
tomorrow,
to see the circus.
regular stream time of 12 p.m. Eastern. Oh, I need gun at rank 3 for the 280 rounds. Okay. Yeah, regular stream schedule for tomorrow and for the rest of this week. If anything, for the rest of August, I should have the regular stream schedule of Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern time for Tuesday and Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern for Saturdays and Sundays. We should be on the regular schedule
Nothing like
for the rest of the
in our
month.
tens to make you feel alive.
Yeah. Cyberstrike, the main thing I was saying is that I don't necessarily need a Starfield sequel. I feel like we can answer enough of these burning questions in DLCs, and I will very happily come back to Starfield year after year for bigger updates, for bigger DLCs, but I don't necessarily need another game. If anything, there are some times where it's fine for a game to be a one-off. Not every game needs to be a series. Not every game needs 800 sequels and spin-offs. Honestly, I think some games that turned into series would have been better off as one-offs. Tuesday or Thursday, I'm down. I know I'll be streaming ESO on Tuesday because there'll be drops on. I still need to go back to Traveler's Rest. I miss it. I really, really do. Let me hop on down to the airport. I just need to break down more of my stuff because I just have a lot of junk again. I mean, night music, here's the thing. It's a Saturday. Saturdays are for sleeping in. Yes, Cyberstrike, I'm waiting on the free Doom creation for Starfield. I do want to make a video for that because, guess what? It's from good old King Gath, and I'm very excited about that. I'm very happy about that. I continue to say that there's all these people that are super down on Bethesda and the modding stuff, but what other studio out there is giving mod authors a chance to create official content packs for their game in the way that Bethesda does? It's a lot of aluminum, my god. That's a lot of aluminum. Wow, I don't need any more aluminum. I'm probably gonna put some of that away. It's a little bit much. I forgot it was Saturday. I know I literally just said it's Saturday, but I had already forgotten it's Saturday. Al, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. How was your stream? What were you up to today? For anyone who's worried about Fallout London spoilers, you do not have to worry because I am literally just exploring and crafting and breaking down stuff, and I've been having a blast with it. Just going around and just focusing on all of that has been more than enough for me. Who were you playing Chained Together with? I have quite a few friends who've been playing it. I've only watched it. I haven't played it myself, but I've decided that I would like to not test my friendships and relationships. So I'm just watching others test their friendships and their relationships. So far, so good. I forgot that you could play with multiple people. I thought it was just one person, but no, I forgot that it's, what, up to 4, right? Krob, welcome on in. Krob, welcome back. Krob, Ultra, and Goofy. Oh. Did it take you this entire time? Did it take you, like, the entire stream to do it? Yeah, I already talked about it, but man, oh man, I miss the convenience of scrapping everything all at once in 76. 76 knew what they were doing with that. Oh, please don't move that around. I'm gonna put some of the aluminum away. I really don't need as much as I'm holding on to. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about all this junk you see right here. Yeah, that's a lot. It's way too much aluminium. This is stream 3. Oh, I thought you guys did it all in one day. I thought you guys got it today, like on Your first try. I was gonna be extra impressed, but Krob just ruined it for everyone. Nim, if there is, then I have not gotten to that yet. If there is, I have not seen it yet, but I've also done next to nothing with workshops just because it... There are less workshops, they're a little bit less accessible. I mean, Brittany, I can see that. I can't say I'm surprised. Brittany, how you doing today? Something to add to the Scrapper perk, yeah. Yeah, right now, I'm just trying to invest into local... Yeah, to local leader because of the fact that I can't, make the crafting stations, which is kind of a pain in the ass right now. And I'm going to take pretty much everything but the aluminum. Yeah, Nim, that's been one of my critiques. That's been one of my criticisms, because there's not really good crafting hubs in general. Like, there's not a good designated crafting hub. It's like, okay, I can go to Thameshaven and do armor workbench and ammo workbench, but there's not one spot where I can get more of those all in once. I have to kind of, like, bounce around a little bit more. I was trying to explore around the Enfield factory, and I was getting murdered there. So immediately, I'm going back. The only console commands I've done... Al, I'm actually wondering if you had to do this at all. The only console commands I've done was to fix my HP, because I was one of the people who... the HP calculation was just wrong. I was level 5, level 7, and I had 85 HP when I was supposed to have, like, 150. Nissa had 35 HP at level 1 when she was supposed to have 100. So I helped her fix that. Add a command to the crash log reading bot for people to calculate that, yep. Yeah, so there's a bug where HP isn't being calculated properly after the crash. Because you do have the 2 debuffs after the crash. You're still supposed to have your normal amount of HP. You're supposed to have a normal amount of HP, you're just supposed to take more damage. I can try and grab it real quick. I can try and grab the table real quick. Yeah, I know they're fixing it, I know they're working on it, but in the meantime, I just went ahead and fixed that. In the meantime, I just went ahead and did that myself. Fallout London health scaling. Yeah, it's based off of the regular Fallout 4 health scaling, so... Here, let me post that. So, this is the correct health scale, so... Yeah, level 1, 0 endurance, 80 HP. Level 1, or endurance 1, 85, 90, 95, 100. Yeah, so... Nissa, once again, had endurance 4. She was supposed to have 100 HP. She was at 35 HP. Oh, sorry, that's right. The hotfix is version 1.01. I got the version numbers mixed up. No, Nissa still had it. Nissa still had the bug. Unless she didn't update, but I'm pretty sure she did. She did update, so it seems like some people are still getting it then. Same way that I know some people are still getting the bugs with the beer mats with the coasters, so it seems like it hasn't been caught for everyone just yet. If you use chems or anything right before the crash, it calculates off your adjusted HP. I don't think I used any, but it's been a while. I remember because I was just like, wow, this is just really hard. There are still hard combat encounters and hard situations, but oh, fixing the HP really, really helped. You guys ready to watch me get electrocuted? Oh god. Sure, let's do that. I mean, I could always slow time and just get to it. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Yeah, so Nim, I was actually one of those people that I had downloaded the update, I had installed the update, it didn't properly go through, and I had to just reinstall the update again. Because you do get the message, you're supposed to get the... Oh god, oh, I don't think that was right. I didn't get the message when I first did it. Randomly plug and unplug wires, my luck 7, sure. You have failed to sabotage the system. Should you be pushing all those buttons and all those levers? No, I really shouldn't. Am I gonna do it anyway? Absolutely. It's why I quick saved before this. Listen, the fact that I'm alive is pretty impressive. Smash the box, you know what you're doing. I don't have Nerd Rage. X out of 3. Is it supposed to be saying X out of it? It's interesting that I can just keep on trying it, yeah. Well, it's not luck-based, it's supposed to be the specific thing. I love that it's just exploded, yeah. Yeah, I will try that. Honestly, I ran to it so quickly I didn't even notice this being right here. Huge! No, not huge. Oh god. This is just so tiny. So, note, stun, huge. Born, nothing. Were... Alright. If you... fix what? If you updated already, it might be fine. It might work. God damn. I don't know why I tried. Actually, no, Bust was good. Bust was good. Tries reset. Bust, turn, Lisa, self. Eggs. Furs. I was gonna say that wasn't gonna make sense. Llama, have good food. I really should get food soon because I'm really getting hungry now. Yeah, let me just remove all the duds that I can. I don't even know what I want for dinner. I just know that I want dinner. But surprise, surprise, my indecisive ass hasn't figured that out yet. Oh. Just gonna again. I did have a grilled cheese sandwich for lunch. How's that for you? Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I broke the animation. I broke the animation. Yeah, you want to do mod AV, not set AV, because set AV will lock you in at that health permanently. Oh, high voltage enclosure, danger of death, authorized personnel only. If you're not Trent, seriously, fuck off, this place ain't safe. Okay, Trent, not coming out at 4 in the morning again, so I'll leave you a reminder if you forget how to safely shut down for maintenance. 3124. Hopefully that'll jog your memory. Well, I sure hope that's it. The only thing is... will I need to start over? Like, do I need to flip that to green now? Like, 3... 1... 2... 4... There we go. Alright, I did it. I'm an electrician! Oh, God. This is my reward, being shot? I thought this was London, not America. Yeah, you specifically want it to be the difference in health. You don't want to just set it to what your health should be. Oh, so this is what it is. I shut down the electricity and you all decide to try and murder me. Great neighborhood. I'm in the bad part of town again. I really thought that the Tesla coil itself was going to do a lot more damage. Like, I thought that was just going to kill me. Oh, God. I've gotten a couple of them. I've seen... I want to say I've only seen 2 of them. I was saying before that I really like the amount of collectibles in the mod, because you have the beer coasters, you have the call boxes, you have the records. I like collectibles. I'm not necessarily the best at collecting collectibles, but I like them. I know the subreddit's been putting together like a full list of collectible locations. God.
Come on.
I only have a couple cute Thulus. I want to say I have 3 of them right now. Oh, God. I'm just scared because of the range on the Pyromancer is ridiculous. I'm glad that he's just kind of standing there, though. I'm glad that he's just kind of, like, sitting and hanging out. Alright. Yeah, I haven't really looked up where to find certain things yet. I feel like at some point I will. The one question I have, no spoilers, obviously, but do you guys know if you can play past the end of the mod, or is it one of those where you have to save before and then load that after you beat it? The end is the end for now. Gotcha. That's very helpful to know, because it means that I'll go through and I'll do all this side stuff that I want to, you know, before I get to the end. It changes how I'll play things at least a little bit. We talked about it a little bit earlier. I know that they're making a new ending, and they're adding in a cut ending. But that might be a while. Like, that could be a while. Which I'm also fine with. I'm not in a rush. If anything, I know a lot of the times after a big release, you know, at least some people on the team want to take a break, understandably so. Certainly can't fault them for that. I know there's still, you know, a lot of people working on the patches and the updates, but hopefully people who want a break, hopefully people who want some rest can take that. I get around 169 rads in the water per second, yeah, or like per tick. Damn. I keep on finding doors. I'm like, ooh, I can go through these. Can't. I cannot. They nerfed it to 169. Still kills me. Still murders me. Still kills me very, very quickly. I can tell you that much. Alright. So I still need quite a bit of leveling. Still need quite a bit. But I am going to be stopping here for the day just because I would happily go longer, but I am hungry. I am starving right now, so I think it's time for me to figure out food. That being said, I should be streaming more Fallout London later this week. Tomorrow... I might play more Fallout London tomorrow. You know what? We got the update for ESO coming out on Monday. I'll wait till Tuesday for ESO streams. Tomorrow, let me get more Fallout London in. It's really the only thing I've played since it came out, which is really just a testament to how much I've been enjoying it. Like, I'm having so much fun with this. It's really been a great experience to me. But yeah, later in the week, so Tuesday ESO, Thursday, maybe some Traveler's Rest, and then more Fallout London over the weekend. The only thing that's going to be tricky is that I do want to play Star Wars Outlaws when that comes out at the end of August, so then it's going to be a real juggling fest then. Wish me luck. Alright, let me take a look to see who is live. Let me take a look to see who is streaming so that I can throw a raid on over to them the same way that I had some great raids today. Thank you again to everyone who did raid. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out and joining in. I had a lovely time. We have a few friends who are on. We have a couple friends who are on. I'm sitting and I'm thinking and I'm wondering who. Because I got some good choices right now. You know what? I know a lot of people have been playing it. I know a lot of people have been playing it, streaming it, having a lot of fun with it, and I've had some fun watching it myself. We are gonna raid our friend, Morthy, who is live now with Crime Scene Cleaner. Just came out recently, or at least the full release just came out recently. And Sarah's been playing it, Rucky's been playing it. Half of the people on my friends list have been streaming it too. Nettie, who's my contact at Corsair, has been streaming it. Curly, one of my friends, have been streaming it. Everyone's been having a lot of fun with it, and it's just been fun to kind of like sit and watch and hang out with. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow is going to be a more strict 5-hour stream just because we do have some plans tomorrow evening. But we'll have a great time. If anything, I might even hop into the game a little bit faster because of that. But like I said, we'll be raiding Morthy. Morthy does a lot of variety and is also a mod author. They've made mods for a couple different games that I've played. So, really great dude, really great community, and just really talented as a programmer as well. But I'll see you guys soon. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the subs, the resubs, all that good stuff. I'm gonna go bug Sarah and then eat, preferably in that order. Bye-bye.